Hello and welcome back to Sorta Strategy and another episode of Road to Regionals. We're short on time. We have this video today. I have locals tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be uploading. And then I have regionals on Sunday. So that's, next couple days probably be pretty busy. I don't know if I'll be uploading, but yeah. And then about the last couple days uploading wise, I had a lot of deadlines this week for college. So yeah, but they're all out of the way now, so that's good. And then I have a couple more, I think, next week, but I should be able to record easy between them, so that's not too bad. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk about the deck. So, I have a few more videos to show you, or recordings, replays to show you. Void Seer has been very good every time I've seen it. I've even searched it. I think one time I searched it, and it basically just guaranteed the win, whatever it was. It's not in one of the replays, so you won't see the proof of that, so I might as well just be talking out of my arse. Anyway, other than that, main deck I'm happy with. Sometimes I feel like 1-for-1 is a tiny bit bricky. Monster Gate is always great. I love Monster Gate. If I have Monster Gate and I summon Tierra, I always use the 3 Entis on opponent's monsters, and then I contribute my Tierra away with Monster Gate, get more pluses. It's amazing. Other things, let's see. Akashic, is she still in at this late stage? But I haven't used her, but in theory she seems great. For bouncing back lava golems, and then also sometimes for bouncing back Decatron if he survives the turn after I feast, and then it's a normal summoning it and using it again, basically. Sounds good, but I haven't actually used it yet. Then the side, nothing has changed, but I did take the 2 Ghost Ogres out for Lancia. Why Lancia? Is because Lancia is good against my 2 matchups. Okay, Orchist, I don't know the matchup very well, and I know this is good against it. There's that, and then it's good against Thunder Dragons. I don't really have much on my side for Thunder Dragons, really. Like, this doesn't help going second. This is good for Thunder Dragons. This is not, and this is not. So, I was thinking, yeah, this will help, bolster my Thunder Dragon matchup a bit, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I'll show you the replays anyway, but I'm considering putting these back to Effect Veilers. Why? Because Effect Veiler seems pretty good against what are they called? Orchist as well, and Effect Veilers more general. So, like against Pendulum Magicians, I've missed the Effect Veiler. I know there's only 2 now as well, so it's kind of hard to know. But yeah, I'm thinking about changing these to Effect Veilers. We will see. Anyway, I'm going to cut here and see you in a moment. Okay, so as you will be able to tell here, I have a lot of game 1s because people were quitting like crazy. So they were. But yeah, I'll start with the 1 game long matches. Alright. So, against Cyber Dragons, this is a matchup I have literally no practice against, pretty much. But I know Cyber Dragons before this card came out, Cyber Emergency, and before Nastra came out. So yeah, I had the Call by the Grave for the, not Veiler, Ash Blossom, which was amazing. Summon out my boys. I have another Call by the Grave as well. Banish and negate the Nastra. Then they have the Grave effect, that's fine. Summons that out. Negate the Machine Dupe. And he quits, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, he doesn't. Never mind. He plays on. Attacks, does no damage because of something. I don't know. Can't remember what it was. Yeah, and that's pretty much, that's game now. Yeah. This is the good old Void Imagination play. It's over now, but yeah. I could have used the Petrulia in my hand to make this, by the way. That would have saved an extra Infernoid and Grave. So that's a small misplay. It didn't really matter. But yeah, he quit after this, so that's that. Matchup against Thunder Dragons, or Cyber Dragons going first is great. Orchist, so very small bit of play against Orchist. A good thing about playing against, or this weekend, tomorrow, at Locals, is I'm going to do the Locals, but also there's a guy at Locals who said he'll help me practice against his Orchist deck. So that'll be amazing. I'll get dedicated Orchist practice. So, if I availered this, right, would I be good? No. Let me actually, I'd nearly pause and go back. I'd nearly replay this. Oh no, if I availered this, that's their turn pretty much. Or maybe it's not actually, because they have the other Orchist and Grave. Okay, it's not their turn over. There's probably a okay, this is going past way too fast for me to be thinking about this, but yeah. There is definitely a point where Vader probably could have shut down the... Oh yeah, Mermaid, right? Then they could... Alright, let's pause for a second, right? Hitting those, it wouldn't happen because they have a lot of... Hitting the Mermaid would be good. This summons the other... What's the name of the... It got shuffled back into the deck. The Orcust Nightmare card. So I think, is that right? Yes, I'm pretty sure at that point there was only a mermaid. I'm pretty sure Veiloring the Mermaid would have just as good an effect as Lancia. But I'll have to rewatch this in my own time to actually figure that out. So yeah, he Book of Moons this, and, you know, negates the effect, which I was kind of like, that's good. You could have just negated the effect and I'd be in a much worse position because I'd have the high level on the field, but oh well. He calls by the grave the Entis, which is amazing. A really good play by him. He counter traps that, and then at this point I'm just like, might as well just fucking play. But yeah, he doesn't really do much. I destroy his back row. I would have been able to, like, yeah, basically his field didn't really stop me, and that was with 0 interruption for him. I'm going to watch this again quickly just because I want to see if, I know this is probably annoying for you guys to be watching, but it's good, I guess, for people who don't know, it's good for your knowledge as well. Is there a point where I could have Veilored them and stopped them? There, pretty much, but there's a Nessie as well, so I don't know. Now, if I Veilored this, so let's pause, right? This wouldn't be on the field. If I Veilored that, like, yeah, the Nessie probably could have summoned, but it would have stopped them from bringing this out from the deck. So I think Veilor is just as good, really, let's be honest, because this wouldn't be here. This allows all their plays, because when this goes to the graveyard, I think it foolishes another one or something like that. First turn. Also send a dark from your deck to the graveyard, yeah. So, Veiloring this would have been probably just as good. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, obviously. I'll do my other game, 1 game long match against Striker. Swap around. Cool, right, so they go first. I have no interruption because I don't run any interruption. All my side deck is Lava Golem, Denkos, things like that they can't really respond to very well. I kind of prefer that. I was actually considering putting 2 Sphere Mode in instead of the Veilers, but I don't know. Okay. So a fairly underwhelming board. Lair, Fall by the Grave, and yeah. Decatron. But that's okay. Solid Sound tributed away, banished his multi-roll, let him go with all this. I could have used Designator or Call by the Grave multiple times, but I instead decided to use it now. I waited, and I was so glad I waited. So in my head, I was like, oh, I'll wait for the Kagari and then banish the target. But then I realized, in the battle phase, he tributed the Ray to someone from the extra deck, which was great for me because, like, then instead of waiting for the Kagari's target, I can actually just banish this. The Kagari never comes out. And then, yeah, he's pretty much fucked, I think, from there. Widow Anchor, 2 Widow Anchors, and 2 tokens he's left with, and 2 hand traps. So he's probably feeling like he can come back from this. He negates that, that's fine. I still use the effect. Don't get the effect, but get the tribute. Attack directly. He banishes a Ningirsu. I get a token, and the turn ends. Widow Anchor, I tribute the target, banish out another Ray. Thinking that basically, yeah, there's no way. Like, I never thought of him having another Widow Anchor, but it's fine. It comes back to me. Not a big deal. He ogres the field spell. Kind of annoying, but he would have got tokens out of it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then he kind of just quits. Like, I don't have the best of fields, but the Decatron, I would have won, I think, for sure. Like, this is a negate, and then just poking for 2-4. Well, it's not even a poke, a swing for 2-4. So, yeah, a lot of fairly one-sided duels so far. Swap around, right. So this is weird. A weird deck. I don't see Apex Avian too much anymore, and he's playing 2 Gate Zeros, which I'm not used to seeing either. Is that normal? I'm not sure. But yeah, again, no negates for me in the middle of his turn. Dangerous enough, I know. But yeah, so when I saw the 2 gates, I was surprised. But then when he made this with them, and then to get out the Vortex, I'm like, maybe people do this. I don't know. So this is pretty much fucking game here. So he says me, like, 2 designate, fucking hell, I keep reading that. Called by the Grave, 2 Called by the Grave, which obviously I don't know are there. A negate here, and then I can't summon from the extra deck. So right now I basically just play just to see if I can play through it, but I know I can't. Like, I just do it to, you know, why not? So yeah, I go for this to summon his Absolute Dragon, because if I can attack with it, maybe I can clear up board, and then it goes back to him. I act with this, and he obviously has the negate refresh. So that is that. That's the, yeah, game done. Fair enough. Right, game 2, load. This time I am going first. I summon, get a negate, and have feast set. This seems like an okay field, but I always hate not having the field spell. It doesn't really matter though in this game. And yeah, so I have 2 spell and trap negations and 1 monster effect negation. So I'm in a fairly good spot here, but when I saw this I was like, fuck, he's played through all my spell and trap negations already. Attacks, that's fine, comes back to me. I can't attack over this without getting something destroyed, so I decide to summon Hermetic, pop it, get the effect off, make this, and yeah, again, another game finished with this combo, so that's pretty good. When they're open field, this is a great finisher. And yeah, that's game 2. And then he quit. So yeah, that's annoying. And then my last match. I just realized these are a lot of unfinished matches. Sorry about that. But it's still good practice. Still shows what the deck can do and what I am doing, basically. And how I'm missing Effect Vader. But if I take out the Lancia for Effect Vaders, the Effect Vader doesn't really do too much for against Thunder Dragons, I don't think, anymore. I mean, maybe I'm wrong there again. I'll get some advice from people at Locals and come back to you with that decision. I'll play the Lancia tomorrow at Locals and then I'll decide on that. Then again, Locals has no Thunder Dragons as far as I know, so that's not a great test either. Right, so Zephyra Pendulums, which is something I am not used to. Save the negate. I don't really know what he was doing or why he was doing it, but yeah. Just like he should have attacked, basically, is what I'm saying. He has the counter trap, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty much. I'm pretty solid here now, I think. I'm gonna pause here for a second because I want to see. Oh yeah. I searched out Feast because he had no extra deck card or Yoke, whatever it's called. Right, so I've used up 2 of my Decratrons already, as you saw in the first turn, and then. Yeah, I let him use their Dragon Ravine. He summons it out. I tribute and negate his Zephyrath by tributing his Dark Worm, and then he's left with nothing. So yeah, that was a fairly solid game 1 where I went first. A lot of the time I go first and I get Imagination, which is really annoying, but oh well. This time, going second with Imagination, and Call by the Grave and Void Banishment. I was feeling fairly fucking schlick here, to be honest. He ends on pretty much nothing, which was... you know, not good for him, I suppose. Call by the Grave for the Ash, that's great. I tried to bait stuff out with the Armad, but it didn't. And then when I negated that, like, he pretty much had nothing left. Like, he had this guy with 4 counters, but, like, I could go Lair and then summon whatever. I have so many options here. Like, yeah, I would have steamrolled through this guy at this point. And then... Wait a second, did I won game 1, right? Oh, these are... Oh, I'm confused. I don't know. There was a game 3. This must have been... I'm very confused here now, to be honest with you. Anyway, this game is more just to show... kind of, I guess, more duels. But yeah, I ended up losing to time in this one, which is really annoying. But I was under pressure anyway. I think he pretty much had the game. Which is the reason I wanted to show this, even though I lost the time, which is a shit way to lose or whatever. I wanted to show that basically Veiler would have been really nice. I played a lot of Pendulum today, which is, you know, fair enough. Like, not every, I probably won't come across this many Pendulum players at regionals, but yeah, I was surprised he didn't negate the Twin Twister. I guess he'd get the Black Fang off, but I don't know. I was hoping he'd negate it, but he didn't. He was smart. He didn't negate the Monster Reborn either, which kind of left me with no options. Honestly, like, I could have summoned... I lost the time here, so what I would have done is probably summon the Setsumis. Why? Because if I summon either of these, he'd negate and destroy them or whatever. And they're on summon effect, and at that point I'd be better off to summon the Setsumis and having the extra Infernoid left. So I would have summoned, attacked. I would have to attack this because it's negates, right? And then the other attack, like, I'm not hitting this, I'm not hitting this. I was thinking with Twin Twister, instead of hitting the Black Fang, I should have hit this. That would have been a better play, so I would have hit... He wouldn't have had the Zhang Qi, or whatever he's called, on the field. I would have hit this Pendulum Zone. Is Black Fang... Oh, I can't view it now. I was going to say the Pendulum Scale. Black Fang's definitely an 8, though, I'm pretty sure. So he would have had the scale for next turn, actually. So I'd hit this, 3,000. I'd attack over that. I could have crashed an Anunku in and left this on the field, then he'd have 1 negate, and then the Pendulum Summon next turn. I'd have the Anunku to negate a spell. That actually could have worked. I could have negated this coming out and he wouldn't have had the Pendulum Summon. Okay, well, there you go. Me cracking my own misplays there. Talking to myself, kind of, but yeah. so this is the deck. As I said earlier, this will be a bit of a shorter one. I think that's fine every now and again, seeing as tomorrow I have the locals to report on, and then the regionals this weekend. So next time you hear from me, I'll be doing the locals report, and hopefully the next day, very next day, I'll do the regionals report, because I know that's what you're waiting for. That's the main reason this series is actually a thing. And yeah, so I think it'll be really interesting. I'm really happy with the deck right now. I'm really unsure about the lack of like interruptions on my opponent's turn when they go first, but if I like Lava Golem and Sphere Mode in theory kind of do the same thing, if you know what I mean. So, but they do take up, if I was to side in 2 Sphere Modes and 3 Lava Golems, that's a lot of normal summons with the Decatrons, do you mean? So hard to know. Then again, I never really want to normal summon Decatron anyway, unless like I have no other normal summon. So yeah, I'm thinking of that too. So my last decisions for this deck are Akashic. Maybe I'll take it out. I don't know. It can give me a lot of like extra plays and help me break boards and stuff. If I summon Decatrons off Feast and then it comes back to me, I can bounce the Decatron back, summon it, get an effect, link it away to make Icomax or whatever. Do you mean like get a pop if I send a Patrulia or Hermetic or Antra off the Decatron and then make the Equimax is what I meant. Which would be great also for Lava Golems. And then if I side in the Sphere modes, it would be even better. So my last considerations are 2 Lancias or 2 Effect Failures or 2 Sphere modes. The reason I prefer Lava Golem over Sphere mode is because of what you call them, Salamangreats. I think a good Salamangreat player most of the time will not summon 3 monsters because of Sphere mode. So yeah, that's my thoughts, that's my opinions. Let me know what you think. Any changes, anything you want to suggest. It's coming close now to the end, so I don't have too much time to test anything, any like huge changes. So I think this is going to be more or less a skeleton of the build. And yeah, thanks for watching again. Wish me luck anyway, because this will be the last time you'll probably hear from me until this Saturday or Sunday, I mean, after the regionals. So yeah, I'm really excited, looking forward to it. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.